The tragic fall of King Zedekiah, 2 Kings 24-25. King Zedekiah, the last king of Judah, ruled during a time of great political and spiritual crisis. His reign marked the final chapter of the kingdom of Judah before its destruction by Babylon. 1. Misled by false prophets and disobedience to God. Zedekiah was appointed king by Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, after Jehoiakim, Zedekiah's nephew, was taken into exile. However, Zedekiah did not remain loyal to Babylon. Despite warnings, he rebelled against Nebuchadnezzar, influenced by false prophets and officials who encouraged him to resist Babylon's rule. The prophet Jeremiah, speaking God's message, consistently warned Zedekiah not to rebel but to submit to Babylon as part of God's judgment on Judah for its sins, Jeremiah 27-28. However, Zedekiah chose to ignore Jeremiah's counsel because the message did not align with his desires or political hopes. He preferred the words of false prophets who falsely promised peace and victory. 2. The consequences of rebellion. Because of Zedekiah's disobedience to God's word and his rebellion against Babylon, Jerusalem was besieged for over a year, causing famine and suffering. Eventually, Babylon broke through the city walls, and the soldiers of Judah fled. Zedekiah was captured near Jericho after attempting to escape. 3. The tragic end of Zedekiah. Zedekiah faced a terrible fate. His sons were killed before his eyes by the order of King Nebuchadnezzar. Then, his eyes were put out, so the last thing he ever saw was the death of his children. He was then bound in chains and taken as a prisoner to Babylon. 4. The destruction of Jerusalem. Following Zedekiah's capture, Jerusalem was destroyed, the temple, the royal palace, and all significant buildings were burned. The walls were broken down, and the people who remained were carried into exile. Zedekiah's downfall was not only political but spiritual. His refusal to obey God's instructions through Jeremiah the prophet, and his decision to trust in the comforting lies of false prophets, led to personal tragedy and national destruction. This story highlights the danger of rejecting God's word in favor of human wisdom and false hope.